Brace yourselves because this one's about to blow the roof off. What happens when a music superstar, famous for sold-out shows, chart-topping hits, and headline-grabbing drama, crosses the line and threatens a law enforcement officer? That's right. Offset, Cardi B's high-profile partner, is at the center of a scandal that's already sending shockwaves through the industry and sparking outrage online. How did a routine interrogation of Cardi turn into a showdown that left detectives stunned and the public scrambling for answers? Was this a protective brother-in-arms moment or a calculated move fueled by rage and ego? Sources whisper of tense confrontations, veiled threats, and explosive exchanges that could have serious legal repercussions. In this breakdown, we're diving deep into the drama. The moments leading up to the confrontation, Offset's shocking actions caught on camera, and the ripple effects that have fans, authorities, and insiders all talking. By the end, you'll see exactly why this isn't just another celebrity headline. This is a scandal that could reshape reputations, stir legal battles, and ignite social media like never before. Strap in, because the story of Offset threatening a detective is messy, chaotic, and absolutely jaw-dropping. Part 1. Hold on to your seats, because what you're about to hear isn't just another celebrity mishap. No, this one's the kind of explosive story that will have gossip blogs, YouTube channels, and TikTok clips blowing up for weeks. Offset, yes, Cardi B's infamous partner, the man whose very name is synonymous with headline chaos, has officially taken things to an entirely new level. And it all unfolded right after Cardi's interrogation, a situation that, if you ask most insiders, was already tense enough to make the strongest legal team sweat bullets. But Offset, he didn't just step in. Oh no, he stormed the scene, turning an already high-strung environment into something resembling a full-blown standoff. Let's set the stage. It's late evening, corridors lined with harsh fluorescent lights, the faint hum of security cameras blending with the murmur of law enforcement officers. Every sound echoes, every footstep feels amplified. And then, in walks Offset. Calm, at first glance, but radiating a barely contained intensity. Witnesses, yes, our well-placed confidential sources, claim he paced deliberately, hands in pockets, eyes darting like a chess master calculating his next move. The message: I know exactly what's going on here, and I'm not here to play games. Offset's reputation precedes him. For years, he's been known for fiery outbursts, quick tempers, and moments of calculated chaos that make headlines the next morning. Remember the time at that award show when he squared off with security? Or the infamous studio argument that leaked online, sparking countless memes? Those moments weren't isolated. They were glimpses into a pattern, a temperament that teeters between protective loyalty and borderline intimidation. And now, in a corridor outside one of the most high-profile interrogations of the year, those tendencies have been amplified tenfold. So, what triggered this explosion? Cardi's interrogation, which officially was routine, apparently revealed details that Offset found intolerable. Sources close to the situation whisper that these were not minor revelations, but details that hit at personal stakes, alliances, and possibly even reputational damage. Offset, known for his fierce loyalty, allegedly decided that stepping in personally was the only acceptable response. And step in he did, but in a manner that reportedly had law enforcement on edge. Inside the corridor, according to eyewitness accounts, the atmosphere shifted in an instant. Officers, trained to handle tense interactions, reportedly exchanged uneasy glances. Offset, fully aware of the dynamics, navigated the space with precision, walking, stopping, leaning just enough to assert dominance without triggering immediate legal consequences. And then came the words, described by multiple sources as sharp, deliberate, and pointed. Though we don't have official transcripts, one anonymous insider claims he wasn't yelling, he was deliberate. Every word landed like a warning shot. Social media exploded within minutes of the incident. Clips, snippets, and secondhand accounts flooded Twitter, Instagram, and encrypted group chats. Fans were divided. Some praised Offset's protective instincts, framing him as a loyal partner defending his family. Others criticized him for intimidation, warning that his behavior could escalate into legal jeopardy. Meanwhile, experts in celebrity behavior and legal protocol watched closely, predicting fallout that could reverberate across contracts, endorsements, and public image. One analyst speculated, this isn't just a personal moment, it's a PR earthquake waiting to happen. Let's take a step back and examine the legal backdrop. Cardi's interrogation was related to ongoing disputes and investigations, high-stakes situations involving both personal and business interests. While details remain under wraps, insiders indicate that certain revelations may have challenged alliances, tested loyalties, and potentially implicated third parties. Offset, according to multiple sources, did not enter the scene randomly. He allegedly had prior knowledge of key points that would emerge during Cardi's questioning. This raises an eyebrow. Was this reaction spontaneous or a calculated intervention? Our sources hint strongly towards the latter. And the reactions inside the building? A confidential source described it as controlled chaos. Security teams reportedly scrambled to maintain order while monitoring Offset's every move. In one dramatic anecdote shared by a source, an officer is said to have whispered, "I've handled tough situations, but the energy he brought was something else." It was like watching a storm manifest in human form. The tension wasn't just in words, it was in every gesture, every movement, every silent pause. Insiders claim Offset's gaze alone shifted the dynamics of the corridor, forcing officers and staff to reconsider their strategies in real time. But the story doesn't end with the immediate confrontation. Hidden cameras, installed throughout the interrogation wing, allegedly captured the entirety of Offset's movements, expressions, and interactions. While footage remains private, snippets described by sources suggest moments of high drama, glances exchanged with detectives, subtle yet pointed gestures, and pauses that carried as much weight as words. The potential implications? Beyond legal scrutiny, this could become a cultural moment, analyzed, dissected, and memed across platforms.
And let's not forget the timing. Offset's entrance was reportedly synchronized with Cardi exiting the interrogation room. Observers suggest this was no coincidence. Every second calculated, every step choreographed to maximize impact without immediately crossing legal thresholds. This is the hallmark of someone who knows not just how to make a statement, but how to control the narrative, even in a setting where control is supposed to belong to law enforcement. Fans online are already theorizing about alliances, behind-the-scenes deals, and the potential for further drama. Some suggest this could ignite feuds with other artists, law enforcement personnel, or even rival public figures. Others speculate on the possibility of leaks, videos, or insider interviews emerging that could reshape public perception. One fan on Twitter put it best: "If you think Offset's antics end here, you're sleeping. This is only round one." Meanwhile, insiders report that the confrontation has caused tension among other artists, managers, and media outlets. Some are reportedly reconsidering collaborations, fearing being pulled into the unfolding drama. Others maintain public silence while engaging in private discussions, alliances, and strategic positioning. It's a high-stakes chess game, and Offset is moving pieces with precision, awareness, and unapologetic intent. By the time this Part 1 segment comes to a close, here's what we know for certain. Offset's actions were dramatic, intentional, and deeply impactful. They set off a chain reaction, sparking immediate discussion, scrutiny, and speculation. This isn't just a celebrity confrontation, it's a flashpoint with ripple effects likely to extend across legal, social, and media landscapes. Part 2. The moment Offset exited the corridor, the tension didn't dissipate, it magnified. Law enforcement officers reportedly regrouped, whispered among themselves, and checked their surveillance footage with a sense of disbelief. "I've never seen anything like this," one anonymous source allegedly confided. "You don't just walk into a legal environment and command it the way he did. It's like he owns the room, the rules, and everyone inside." And the chatter wasn't just limited to the corridor. Within hours, social media platforms lit up with theories, screenshots, and leaked snippets, creating a digital wildfire of speculation. Investigative insiders claim that the footage from the hidden cameras paints a picture far more dramatic than anyone outside could imagine. In one segment, Offset is seen pausing outside the interrogation room, jaw tight, eyes scanning, then leaning subtly toward a detective as if issuing an unspoken warning. Observers describe it as a power play so potent that even seasoned law enforcement seemed momentarily unsettled. Did he cross a line? Experts argue that while no overt threat was captured on tape, the intent, clear, deliberate, and intimidating, was undeniable. Anonymous sources report that Offset's motivations were multifaceted. On one level, there's the personal element: loyalty to Cardi B, concern over sensitive details potentially leaking, and a desire to protect family interests. On another, it's strategic, calculated, and public relations conscious. He knows cameras are everywhere, a source suggests. Everything he does sends a message, not just to law enforcement, but to the media, the fans, and anyone watching. Every step, every gesture, every measured word amplify the drama. The public reaction was instantaneous. On Twitter, hashtags like Offset Confrontation and Cardi Drama trended within hours. Fans and critics alike dissected each frame, each snippet of footage, and each whispered account. Supporters hailed Offset as the ultimate protector, a partner who refuses to be sidelined when someone threatens his family or brand. "That's real loyalty," one fan tweeted. "He's showing the world that you don't mess with his people." But not everyone saw heroism. Critics argued that Offset's actions verged on intimidation and could have severe legal consequences. Some legal analysts speculated that, if prosecutors pursued it, even subtle threats might trigger investigations into obstruction or witness intimidation. The delicate balance between protection and aggression became a focal point of debate. Social media exploded with memes, commentary, and imagined scenarios, some humorous, some alarming, but all keeping Offset at the center of the conversation. Inside sources indicate that the drama didn't end with the corridor confrontation. Allegedly, conversations between detectives, legal advisors, and administrative staff were charged with tension. Law enforcement reportedly scrambled to analyze footage, assess risks, and anticipate escalations. Some insiders suggest that certain officers privately expressed concern over Offset's ability to influence situations simply through presence, reputation, and charisma. In one dramatic account, an officer allegedly remarked, "You can feel the energy before he even speaks. It's almost magnetic, but it's dangerous too."
Fans dissected every detail, from Offset's body language to his fashion choices during the incident. Observers noted the calculated confidence in his stride, the subtle hand gestures signaling authority, and even the timing of his appearance. It's almost cinematic, insiders say, a real-life thriller where every element has meaning and stakes are sky high. Leaked snippets of video, coupled with eyewitness accounts, created a collage of suspense, tension, and intrigue. Memes and reactions online ranged from admiration to alarm, with some framing Offset as a real-life bodyguard to the stars, and others as dangerously volatile. The aftermath of the confrontation also included reactions from other artists, managers, and public figures. Word on the street suggests that many industry insiders reached out privately, either to warn Offset against escalation or to support him behind the scenes. Allegedly, certain collaborations and projects were paused temporarily, pending clarity on the unfolding situation. This ripple effect, insiders say, highlights the intersection of celebrity culture, power dynamics, and public perception in ways few outsiders can fully comprehend. And then there's the fan speculation, the lifeblood of viral celebrity stories. Online, discussions ranged from the purely dramatic, "This is like a scene from a crime thriller," to the conspiratorial, "Is this part of a bigger strategy to manipulate public opinion?" Every thread, comment, and discussion reinforced Offset's visibility and the gravity of the moment. In many ways, the digital conversation became an extension of the confrontation itself, a sprawling public arena where narratives competed and stakes continued to escalate. Meanwhile, the legal and PR teams connected to both Offset and Cardi were reportedly in overdrive. Lawyers analyzed footage frame by frame, prepared statements, and advised on next steps. PR strategists brainstormed ways to manage the narrative, deciding which elements to emphasize, downplay, or redirect. According to insider accounts, the delicate balance involved mitigating potential legal risks while sustaining public image, a task complicated by the viral nature of leaked snippets and insider reports. Every action, or inaction, carried consequences, and every minute offered new fodder for speculation. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect, according to sources, is the psychological impact of Offset's actions. Observers inside the corridor reportedly felt a mix of awe,
intimidation, and uncertainty. For some, his reputation as a fierce, strategic, and unpredictable figure was reaffirmed. For others, the incident raised questions about celebrity influence over legal proceedings and public perception. And for the millions watching online, the narrative had already solidified. Offset is not just a rapper or a partner. He is a force, a character in a real-life drama whose actions are dissected, debated, and amplified in real time. As Part 2 closes, the scope of the fallout is just beginning to emerge. Social media chatter, insider speculation, and legal analysis continue to fuel a cycle of intrigue. What was meant to be a controlled legal environment became a stage for one of the most talked about celebrity confrontations in recent memory. And as Part 3 will reveal, the consequences, both public and private, are only growing, promising shocking developments, heated reactions, and a finale that could leave both the industry and fans reeling. Part 3. The storm that Offset ignited didn't dissipate once he left the courthouse. Far from it. It escalated, expanding beyond the walls of the legal system and into the media, the streets, and even corporate boardrooms. Reports indicate that the footage of the confrontation circulated quickly among law enforcement agencies, legal teams, and private investigators. What was initially an isolated incident suddenly became a multi-front spectacle, attracting commentary from every corner of the entertainment and legal worlds. You could feel the tension, an alleged insider confided. It wasn't just about him and the detective. It was about power, reputation, and control all at once. The potential legal implications were significant. Lawyers and analysts speculated that while Offset didn't make overt threats, his proximity, posture, and subtle gestures could be interpreted as intimidation. Could prosecutors argue obstruction of justice or witness intimidation? Some legal experts weighed in online, debating whether the combination of celebrity influence and implicit pressure could tip the scales in ways ordinary citizens could never imagine. "We're in uncharted territory here," one supposed insider tweeted. "Celebrity culture meets the legal system and it's explosive." Meanwhile, the public reaction reached peak fever. Social media erupted with clips, GIFs, and hot takes, creating a narrative that was part courtroom drama, part thriller, and part celebrity spectacle. Fans praised Offset's loyalty and protective instincts, with hashtags like "Real Ride or Die" and "Offset Defense" trending within hours. On the flip side, critics warned that such behavior sets a dangerous precedent, suggesting that fame and wealth might shield individuals from legal consequences. The clash of perspectives fueled heated debates, memes, and viral speculation, turning a single corridor encounter into a national talking point. Insiders claimed that the drama also rattled the music industry. Business associates, record labels, and brand partners reportedly scrambled to assess potential fallout. Some allegedly paused projects temporarily, concerned that association with the escalating spectacle could harm contracts or public perception. Others used the opportunity to capitalize on the viral momentum, releasing teasers, statements, and social media campaigns to align with the conversation. The ripple effect extended far beyond the courthouse, demonstrating the intersection of celebrity power, media influence, and public attention in ways few outsiders could fully comprehend. And even within law enforcement, the incident left its mark. Officers reportedly reviewed protocols, discussed security measures, and debated how to manage high-profile figures inside the justice system. Anonymous sources described a mix of awe, intimidation, and uncertainty. For some, his reputation as a fierce, strategic, and unpredictable figure was reaffirmed. For others, the incident raised questions about celebrity influence over legal proceedings and public perception. And for the millions watching online, the narrative had already solidified. Offset is not just a rapper or a partner, he is a force, a character in a real-life drama whose actions are dissected, debated, and amplified in real time. Public perception played a pivotal role in the unfolding narrative. Memes, videos, and fan reactions flooded platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Each reaction shaped how the incident was interpreted, from seeing Offset as a fearless protector to questioning whether his presence undermined legal integrity. Analysts noted that in the age of instant virality,
perception can be as powerful as reality. Every comment, clip, and post contributed to a collective narrative that was part myth, part media spectacle, and part raw human reaction. The scandal also sparked commentary from other celebrities, some weighing in to support Offset, others cautioning against escalation. Unverified reports suggested that certain industry figures privately reached out, either to offer guidance, advice, or strategic insight. Meanwhile, blogs and media outlets speculated endlessly. Was this a personal vendetta, a calculated PR move, or simply an instinctive reaction to protect a loved one? The lack of official statements only heightened intrigue, leaving the public to fill in the blanks with imagination, rumor, and speculation. Amid the chaos, leaked insider reports hinted at potential consequences for Offset himself. Legal advisors allegedly warned about the risks of appearing threatening, the dangers of media misrepresentation, and the possibility of intensified scrutiny on all future interactions. PR teams worked around the clock, preparing statements that could mitigate fallout, spin the narrative favorably, and emphasize loyalty rather than intimidation. According to sources, the strategy focused on balancing accountability with image control, a challenge complicated by viral footage and relentless public attention. Meanwhile, Cardi B's involvement continued to add layers of tension. Was she aware of the confrontation in advance? Did she coordinate with Offset, or was he acting independently? While no definitive answers emerged, speculation ran rampant. Fans debated whether her interrogation revealed sensitive information, or if Offset's presence was purely protective. Every twist and turn became fodder for discussion, memes, and fan theories, further amplifying the story's reach and impact. The incident even prompted broader conversations about celebrity influence, justice, and accountability. Experts weighed in on talk shows, podcasts, and social media, questioning whether fame creates a parallel system of power that ordinary citizens can't access. Some argue that Offset's actions, while arguably protective, illustrate a blurred line between personal loyalty and public threat. Others suggest that it highlights the theater of celebrity culture, where every gesture is magnified, dissected, and mythologized in real time. By the time Part 3 concludes, the consequences were still unfolding. Corporate partnerships, music projects, and public appearances were reportedly under review. Legal advisors and PR teams continued to strategize, while fans and critics monitored every development, ready to react to new leaks, statements, or footage. The public narrative had already taken on a life of its own, with each retelling intensifying drama, suspense, and speculation. In short, Offset's confrontation with the detective didn't just make headlines, it redefined them. It forced the public, law enforcement, and the entertainment industry to confront questions about influence, loyalty, and the boundaries of celebrity power. It ignited debates that ranged from morality and legality to media manipulation and public perception. And as the final chapters of this saga unfold, one thing is clear. The ripple effects of that single corridor confrontation will continue to reverberate across legal systems, social media, and pop culture for weeks, if not months to come. The story, still very much alive, proves a larger point. In the world of high-profile celebrities, every move is magnified, every action scrutinized, and every reaction becomes a part of a narrative larger than any one individual. Offset's encounter with the detective is not just a moment of tension. It's a case study in celebrity power, media frenzy, and the complex interplay of loyalty, law, and public spectacle. As we move toward the conclusion, the implications remain as dramatic and unpredictable as ever. Legal analysts, industry insiders, and fans alike are watching closely. Will investigations escalate? Will further statements emerge? Will the court of public opinion ultimately favor loyalty, fame, or legality? Only time will tell, but the story is far from over, and the fallout promises to remain explosive. And there you have it, folks, the confrontation that has shaken the music world, the legal system, and social media all at once. Offset, Cardi B, the detective. The tension, the whispers, the viral footage.
It's a storm that shows no signs of slowing down. But now we want to hear from you. Was Offset justified in stepping in? Did loyalty and protection cross a line into intimidation? Or is this just another wild example of celebrity life colliding with the law, where fame gives influence that ordinary people could only dream of? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back, this story is too explosive for quiet opinions. Debate, argue, speculate, because every perspective matters when the stakes are this high. And while you're at it, think about the bigger picture. How far can loyalty go before it becomes dangerous? How much power does celebrity really hold in situations like this? Could this incident spark changes in how law enforcement handles high-profile figures in the future? If you're craving more stories like this, scandals that expose hidden truths, viral moments that shake entire industries, and deep dives into the chaos behind the headlines, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. We're just getting started, and the next story might blow even bigger than this one. So, are you ready to stay on the front lines of the drama? To witness every shocking twist, every secret leak, and every jaw-dropping confrontation as it unfolds? Then buckle up, because this channel is your backstage pass to the real, the raw, and the untold stories the mainstream media won't show you. Comment, share, and join the conversation, because this saga is far from over, and your voice matters in the chaos.